Insomniac Games have confirmed that Miles Morales will be the main Spider-Man of the universe moving forward. And this has set the whole universe, which pretty much is just like Twitter, right, on fire. And some YouTubers that have some really weird titles about it. So we're going to be talking about it in this video. We're going to be talking about what the ending means, how that connects to this. We're going to be talking about some people's opinions and what the actual truth, the real truth behind this is, because it's not all as it seems. This is just a full-on statement that is completely taken out of context. First, we got to actually watch the full cutscene that happens at the end of the game that kind of sets this up, because there was an interview where Gizmodo asked Insomniac narrative director Ben Arfmann and advanced writer Brittney Morris about the ending of Spider-Man 2, which is a clear passing of the torch from Peter Parker to Miles. Here's how the conversation goes and what they say. But we're going to circle back around to that after we watch this cutscene. So let's see what exactly happens here, and then we'll talk about it.
Wait, let me start again. I got this. All of it. Go be Peter Parker for a while.
See right there? He says go be Peter Parker for a while. He doesn't say go be Peter Parker forever, go retire forever. He knows that Peter needs a break after everything he's been through. He's been Spider-Man for years. He's experienced the events of Spider-Man Remastered. He lost his Aunt May. He's lost a lot of people in his life. Marvel Spider-Man 2, he fought against addiction, against the symbiote that made him the darkest version of himself. He lost a lot of his villains, right? You know, even though they're his villains, they were still people to him, and he's been through a lot. So obviously he's gonna want to have a break to be Peter Parker for a while, right? I mean, it's a no-brainer. So let's continue here.
Are you sure? It's a big city. I can handle it. As long as I can still call you for advice. You don't need it. Maybe not now, but there'll come a time. I'm here for you. Always. Big bro.
It's such a wholesome moment, man. It seriously is. And he goes on to protect. I really hope they do switch the suit, like this suit. I don't want that to be the mainstay of what some of this video is about. So he clearly gets Peter's blessing to be Spider-Man. It kind of goes full circle, as like in Miles Morales. Peter, you know, leaves for a little holiday. Miles kind of saves everything, even though he messes up a little bit. Right now, he's fully entrusted to look after the city, while Peter focuses on his life with Mary Jane. Hopefully, we get to see Mayday at some point, and also focuses on the Emily May Foundation. And I also assume he'll be trying to figure out how to cure Harry as well, because he still wants that dream to come true that him and Harry had. So this will definitely come into play at some point. But here's the other thing, right? Here's the other side of this whole narrative. I've seen a lot of people come out with this to really hate on Miles, which is really stupid. They're both Spider-Man. Peter Parker's Spider-Man and Miles Morales is Spider-Man. And a lot of people think, oh, Insomniac's gonna kill Peter Parker off in Marvel Spider-Man 3, which it's not gonna happen, dude, because this is an interesting dynamic they have. Peter and Miles in a universe together where we actually get to see them interact, unlike in many other media where they just, like if even in Into the Spider-Verse, you know, we almost had, you know, the main Peter Parker of Miles' universe almost train Miles, but then, you know, he gets killed, right? So this is what Professor of Evil here said on Twitter. Emotionally healthy people understand that they can only save the world so many times until they need to save themselves. And also Miles has proven he's the best. Miles has been the MVP in Marvel Spider-Man 2. Whether you want to believe it or not, he's saved Peter so many times. Like, he's come in clutch so many times. He's helped them, like he's helped him out so many times. And it's clear that Peter really needs a break from this whole thing. And this was like Miles' story as much as it was Peter's, right? Miles had his own narrative where he finally got over his hatred for Mr. Negative, and he let all of that baggage go, right? Like, he's now finally able to move past that and be his own Spider-Man. Now, let's circle back around to the interview with the narrative director Ben Arfmann and advanced writer Brittney Morris. So, you know, here's the quote: Peter, I got this, all of it, go be Peter Parker for a while. And then Pete says, are you sure? And then Miles says, I can handle it as long as I can still call you for advice. But in the interview, Gizmodo asked Arfmann and Morris, "You said earlier you basically knew right away that you wanted playable Venom. Does that also apply to this ending game with the Miles as the main Spider-Man from now on?" And then Morris replies, "It always felt very natural, and I think we all collectively thought it would happen. To me, it shows a great deal of evolution from Miles. At the beginning of the game, we see him struggling to figure out what he wants to do with his life. By the end, we had Miles carrying the burden of saving the city, and also carrying Pete when Pete wasn't strong enough to carry himself at various points. That's what's been so cool about writing a story about two Spider-Men. They're both strong, and one of them can be strong when the other's not. By the end, Miles is more confident. He's like, yeah, I got this. How much worse can things get after what we just went through, right?" And, you know, we're going to have a look at some of people's reactions as well to this. But my personal thoughts is, right, on this. If you've seen the post-credit scene of Marvel Spider-Man 2, you know Doc Ock is going to be back. We've got the introduction of the G serum, which is probably the Goblin serum. Norman's pissed at both of the Spider-Man after what he just thought that they actually like beat the crap out of Harry, which, I mean, it's not too far from it, but they try to save him. That's the whole point. So we're going to end up in Marvel Spider-Man 3 having Green Goblin and Doc Ock on top of whoever the hell else shows up. And why wouldn't Peter be back for that? Like, guys, please just think, just use your brain, man. It's just so annoying seeing people freak out. Oh my god, Miles is taking over completely. No, Peter's just having a break, right? Like, that's as simple as it is. And we're probably even going to get a potential Venom spin-off game, or Miles Morales 2 game. Who knows, man? And even at the introduction of Cindy Moon, aka Silk, you know, Miles might end up taking the spot that Peter had for him. You know, Miles might now become the mentor. There's just a lot that's going to happen, right? Obviously, Peter's going to come back from Marvel Spider-Man 3. Even IGN here says it. But a lot of people are thinking, oh, they're going to kill off Peter in the next game. They're not, dude. Come on. I mean, a lot of people are thinking, freaking out, because this thing right here is like, Insomniac Games have confirmed that Miles Morales will be the main Spider-Man of the universe moving forward. It's such a misleading statement, because it's for the meantime. If you play the game, you know this, right? Most of the people that are freaking out probably haven't played the game at all, right? I would absolutely kill off Peter Parker for Insomniac Spider-Man 3, let Miles take the mantle of one and only Spider-Man. No, I wouldn't, because it's more interesting having both of them working together like this instead of just Miles always being the only Spider-Man. Like, let him have a big brother too, you know? You want him to lose his dad and then his big brother? Like, nah, man. So people just need to relax a little bit with this and not really freak out about it. There's a lot that can go down. And even Brian Intihar, if you've seen this, James Stevenson posted jumping to conclusions, and Brian Intihar also said, like, retweeted this, pretty much confirming that the entirety of the internet is jumping to conclusions. You know, Miles isn't going to be the main Spider-Man forever. Obviously, him and Peter are both sharing that title, right? It's just right now Peter's just having a bit of a step back, which is a good thing. Let the man have some rest. Like, I'm completely fine with that, right? And then, you know, Sinestro's, I don't know what the hell that word is, says, why are people acting like Insomniac Peter's taking a break for a minute? Means they'll do Spider-Man 3 without him. It just means Spider-Man Miles Morales 2 is the next game. You'll need to relax. They're not going to have the final chapter happen with these guys, and I include Peter. There's also a possibility of a little time jump, or what else, like in between games, like this person has said. So there's a lot of things that we can see, right? Like, I'm completely fine with this. I am chilling. There's still DLC that's probably going to come out as well with like Carnage and Daredevil as well. There's a whole lot of things that are going to happen, right? And then, yeah, Peter Parker taking a break and settling down with Mary Jane, while Miles is the main Spider-Man. It's everything I've ever dreamed of. Thank you, Insomniac. Obviously, it's literally for the meantime, right? But it's nice to see my boy finally get a break, right? So if something else happens, obviously, like, you know, Green Goblin and Doc Ock show up, Pete's gonna be like, all right, that's enough of retirement. Because, yeah, this post is, like, so scarily written. It's like a statement, like a full-on conclusion, like this is happening forever. And that's what gaming news sources do. But he's not going to end up being the main Spider-Man forever. I mean, as far as I know, they could end up making it happen just because people are being weird about it. But, yeah, that's really everything I wanted to talk about. I know for sure that Insomniac got this universe. They're going to do good. I'm really excited to see what they do for the future for like Green Goblin. Imagine if we get it like an anti-Goblin suit as well. That'd be hilarious. That'd make it like 3 games in a row where Pete has like an anti-villain suit. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of Miles Morales taking the reins for now from Peter. And thank you so much for the support on the channel as well. I seriously appreciate it. Thanks so much for all the love. Thank you for 91,000 subscribers. We're literally in the final push to 100k. Again, thanks so much. Have a wonderful day. Peace.